Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. I had some computer issues, and thankfully that's resolved now. I also thought I would take advantage of the nice weather here in New Orleans to do this video outside. Plus, I get to smoke, so it's a twofer. And I'm sporting my Silent Night, Deadly Night shirt from Fright Rags. So happy holidays to everyone. Wanted to talk about this set, the Cardona Collection Volume 1. I was really on the fence about buying this, and I'm really glad I did buy it because this is a good set. I really enjoyed all three films, and I just want to talk about it today because I think that there's been quite a bit of, at least what I've seen, kind of or negative kind of comments about this collection. The Cardona Collection Volume 1, I certainly hope they do a Volume 2 after watching all three of these films. This comes in a nice box and then a slipcover. And it's got three films. You've got Treasure of the Amazon, the Bermuda Triangle, and Cyclone. And the reason I didn't buy this is because I'd seen the Bermuda Triangle and I really thought it was just kind of dull and way too long. So I held off buying this thing, but I'm really glad I did buy it because the transfers on this are unbelievable. They're so good. Vinegar Syndrome just did a fantastic job on this set. And all three films, including the Bermuda Triangle, I have to reassess because I really, really enjoyed them. The Treasure of the Amazon is the first one. It's from 1985, and it stars Stuart Whitman, and he was on a lot of TV shows back in the 70s and 80s. Stuart Whitman is out hunting treasure, and his protagonist in the story is Donald Pleasance, who plays a great Nazi gold hunter. I mean, a vicious little bastard. He was fantastic in it. Both guys were great. Stuart Whitman is nice and crotchety when he needs to be. But it's actually kind of it's really an adventure film with a little bit of cannibalism thrown in. There's a few cannibalism scenes that I don't think that they carried off too well. There's some gore scenes that I don't think, I guess because of budget considerations, were the best. But actually, honestly, if they'd have taken out the cannibalism and the gore scenes, I'd have liked it more. But I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's a good story with great acting and a really fun ending to the film. Pleasant surprise for a Treasure of the Amazon. The director, Rene Cardona Jr., comes from a prolific family. His dad started in early 1920s all the way to 1988. His dad was most notable for Night of the Bloody Apes, which I love that movie, and it just got a Blu-ray release. But Cardona Jr. did a great job directing these films. The next one is the Bermuda Triangle from 1978. And that one, my initial problem with it was so long. All these films are long. All these films are probably too long. They overstay their welcome a little bit. But the Bermuda Triangle's pushing on 2 hours. It's got John Huston in it. And it's basically kind of a group is on this boat and they are lost and they get lost and confused in the Bermuda Triangle. And there's a bunch of surrealistic kind of supernatural things going on. The transfer is beautiful. The film looks great. When I initially watched it, I think I watched it on YouTube. That probably was the problem because it was just so dull. It was so hard to get through, but I actually enjoyed it this time. It's not great. I mean, I'm still in the 6 out of 10 mode, but I'm definitely not in the. My initial score was like 3 out of 10, and I've come up double on it, 6 out of 10. It's not a bad film, but it's definitely the weakest in the set, I would have to say. And then the third film, which I just finished watching, is Cyclone, 1978 Cyclone. and that's about that's a kind of an epic disaster film. You know, back in the mid 70s, we had a whole slew of Irwin Allen disaster epic films, and this film is obviously trying to parlay uh, the public's interest in natural disaster films. This was film was financed out of Italy, so that kind of tells you everything. But Cyclone is a great little film. You can see the budget constraints, uh, but I think they did a great job with what they had. The cyclone just devastates um, a whole community. You've got kind of two sets of characters in this. You've got a group that's on a passenger airplane trying to get to an island, and of course the plane crashes because of the cyclone, and then you got a group that's kind of stranded on a boat, and both those, of course, end up being lost at sea. They turn to cannibalism, and I'll tell you this, man. There's a scene in this film. I don't want to talk about it other than just to tell you it shocked the fuck out of me. And I mean, as I watched thousands of movies, as you obviously know, um, Cannibal Holocaust. This scene in this film had me turn away. That's and I didn't turn away watching Cannibal Holocaust. I don't turn away. I can't remember the last time that I just couldn't look at something. The only thing that really bothers me typically is like stuff to the neck, like in The Exorcist when Linda Blair gets her neck needle in her neck. I can't look at that shit. I just can't do it. This made me turn away. It was that bad, and it was really a shocking scene. Um, and it's probably just me personally and how I feel about. It's an animal scene. That's all I'm going to talk about. But it's probably me personally how I feel about that type of animal. But it blows away. Um, in my opinion, it blows away the turtle getting killed and Cannibal Holocaust. So shocking stuff. And yeah, Cyclone, great film. Give it a 7 out of 10. Like, and it's again, it's kind of overstays its welcome. So I got to take points off for it being 2 hours. There are some dead spots in the film, but overall, I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I enjoyed the hell out of this box set. So I highly recommend this Vinegar Syndrome release. And I know that there's quite a bit of people that were not impressed with this set and don't recommend it, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I hope they do volume 2. All right. Well, it's good to be back making videos, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.